Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Load that. I've still got these two right here, and I don't really know what to do with them. So I suspect there's only small amounts in there, but I can't do anything with them. I've got nothing that I can go and spread fertilizer on now. Other than the field, you know, our own field, I could go and do that. I mean, we've got rather a long way from our own property at the moment, but I could go and take this back. I think for the spraying job, I will wait until our tractor is finished doing the rowing up. So I'm going to run back to the farm now with the fertilizer spinner, and I'm going to then put on the silage, the forage wagon, and we'll start gathering up some more grass. And we'll do that for a little while, and then we should be able to get our tractor with the rake and have that one down and load up the herbicide tank and then start spraying field 20. So we get another little bit of money coming in for that one. We're on 22,900 euros right now. I'm not really sure what it is that I want to buy next. I probably have already put plans in place for things that I wanted to buy, and now I've completely forgotten about them. I am thinking another tractor. I'm pretty sure I previously spoke about another tractor. But like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I've done any recording. So I'm a little bit... I've forgotten what I was doing, basically. And... so you will have to bear with me a little bit on this. It's not good. It's very unprofessional. It's extremely unprofessional. So I'm wondering what do I go for? I mean, we've got the forage wagon. We've got the rake working in the field. We've got a couple of different machines that we can go and do. We've got our own material. I mean, we do want trailers. We want a milling machine over at the yard over here so that we can get some of that so that we can take our silage and that we can sell it. So we've got that we're going to want to be able to go and do. It'll be important to be able to get that going. There's our sprayer right there. I just rammed into the wall there. That's not a very good thing to go and do, is it? Yeah, so I've got... I'm trying to decide now, like, exactly how I'm going to go about doing things, because... right, we've got a number of small machines. Do I want to just sort of keep going and building up the small machines? I've definitely got to get a trailer. I have got to get a trailer or a few trailers so that we can start carrying the silage once it's made over to the sell point and we can start selling silage. We're not in a position to be going and buying cows just yet. We're going to need like 100,000 to be able to go and buy cows and everything to go with them. So we're definitely not in a position to be going and getting those yet. Another tractor, a slightly bigger tractor, so say a second one of these, or maybe a bigger tractor again. That is something that could be quite helpful, because then we could start getting some bigger machinery to do some more of the contract jobs. A plow, so that we can plow up our grass field and get rid of all of the shrubs, could be useful, although there is that mod that we could try where we get rid of the shrubs. I'm kind of leaning towards wanting to plow it all up anyway, but that does mean then I'd have to go and plant it all, which is a bit of a downside on that one. I'm also thinking that maybe a baler would be in order. Like, if we were to get a turner and a baler and then do the grass here as hay and sort of plan to sell it as hay rather than doing it like we are at the moment, that could be a very, very good thing. I mean, let's just take a look. Remember the balers? I'm pretty sure that we should be able to pull the baler with our tractor. I mean, we've got this little small electric tractor. There is that one there, which is a 100 horsepower tractor, which is pretty good. This one's only a 68 horsepower tractor. Doesn't have any upgrades on it. And then we've got baling technology in here. Is that one right there, which needs a 70 horsepower tractor. So we're borderline on that one, and that's 50 grand. If we go over into the Alpine stuff, This is 66,000 and needs 120 horsepower, which is a little bit more expensive, so I don't really know why. I mean, it does seem like it's a much wider pickup than that one there. So I'm wondering if that maybe has something to do with it. It seems to have all bells and whistles on this thing, but that wide pickup on there, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that's very, very appealing, that is. And I'm thinking that the 66,000, so the extra 17,000 that's going to cost, it does look appealing. I mean, that one's fairly wide, but we know from experience that it's not that great. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards going with that one right there. I mean, it does seem like it could be the one to go for. I've got the mod where the bale capacity adjustment, we can use that, and a number of people have said that if I get a bale... if I get a baler going, I should definitely be using the bale adjustment thing. You do want to see me doing that, so I could very well go and try it. These right here, bale collector eases the collection of bales. I'm wondering if these are autoloads. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're autoload trailers or not. I know that these are, and I'm pretty sure it's those that are the autoload ones. So we've got a selection of different balers and stuff. I did say I was going to try to avoid using autoload, so if I was to go and get a baler, I mean, we could go with, say, that one there, the 66,000 one. I know it's a bit more expensive, but I'm kind of still leaning towards that one. We'll do 8,000 litre bales instead of less. Some of you have even said I should consider going for 12,000 litre bales. And then there's this bale collector here, which takes 8 bales at a time. So we could start ferrying them backwards and forwards with that, which could actually be quite a good thing to go for. We get the 66,000, and then we have that one there, which is another 40,000. So we're looking at 100, and was actually 105,000 euros that we would need to be able to do it. The only issue we've got is that this baler right here requires 120 horsepower, and we don't have 120 horses available to go and do that. The only way that we could do that is if we either got this Bura right here, and that doesn't have an engine upgrade on it, unfortunately. So that's a 100 horsepower tractor. Possibly that would run the baler, or we would be looking at the Rigitrack right here. There are some other options here. We got that Lindtrack, the Rigitrack there at 110. This one doesn't have an engine upgrade option. The Lindtrack 130 right here, again, no engine upgrade options, although I really like that one because it's got the rear wheel steer on it as well. And then you've got the SKH 150, once again, no engine upgrade option. So unfortunately, you can't upgrade any of the engines on these tractors, which is a bit of a disappointment. So we could go and consider some of those. Seriously, he's only compacted down to 30% so far. I'm not very happy with that. I want more compaction on this. The compaction is really slow. I am thinking that perhaps we need to go and get something to aid with compaction of the silage heap, but I'm also sort of thinking that maybe we will do that at a later date. We won't do that just now. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to back up onto this one, hook you up, and I'm going to go and load up a little bit more silage. So I can fold the forage wagon. So what's the difference between... Oh, it's because I logged out the game and then logged back in again. And so, yeah, having it folded and unfolded is... yeah, you log out of the game and then you come back in and it's still sort of registering as unfolded, but it's actually visually folded. It's just one of those weird game sort of bugs. FS22 has been announced. While I was on my days off, FS22 was announced, and I imagine that several of you will have noticed that little announcement happening, and several of you will be rather interested in keeping up to date with progress on FS22. I don't blame you. I am interested as well. from what I've seen so far, we just had that little teaser trailer. There's nothing else. We know that that's got seasons in it. It's definitely got seasons. They've integrated that into the base game. Now, I don't know if the seasons thing is going to be forced or if it's going to be optional. That's one thing that we don't know at the moment. Personally, I'm hoping for optional because although seasons is fun, it's also nice to just kick back and do traditional style farming simulator. So I'm kind of hoping that it goes towards giving us the option. So we can choose to do a seasons game or we can choose to do a non-seasons game. That is what I'm hoping for most of all with it. Maybe that will happen, maybe it won't. I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. We know that the visuals, the graphics have had a serious overhaul. I think they've done some quite big updates to the Giant engine on it. So we've got, looking at the pictures and stuff, it does look quite impressive. It does look quite good. And I am really looking forward to getting into it. What do you think of what you've seen so far with it? I would love to hear. Get into the comment section. Start talking about this bad boy. What are we going to see? What do you want to see? That's the important thing. What do you want to see in FS22? So obviously they've dropped the whole odd numbers for consoles and PC, and then even numbers for tablets and phone. I don't really know what's happening with the numbers system, but anyway, it's going to be FS22. It's coming at the end of this year, or I think I even said third quarter. I'm not quite sure, but it's on its way. That's the important thing. It's on its way. So all we got to do is wait patiently until it actually gets here, and then start playing. But in the meantime, obviously, we are going to speculate as much as we possibly can and see what we think of it and what we don't think of it and so on and so forth. So, what do you think of what you've seen so far? I'm liking the look of the graphics that we've seen. I like the look of, they've done some direct comparisons with how the cows look. I think I've seen that on Twitter. Seen very much else from it yet. There was just the CGI trailer, and I mean the CGI trailer did look good, but it's a CGI trailer, so it's, and also it's a teaser trailer, so it's just a few short seconds of material and nothing else. So at the moment we haven't really been given anything. It's just sort of said that it's in the making, and we're not going to tell you anything else about it whatsoever. You're gonna have to hold your horses and you're gonna have to wait, which, yeah, you can understand why they would do that. You know, tease us, get us hooked, and then get people talking and start building the hype. But is it going to be something worth hyping over? I mean, a lot of people felt a little bit let down by the release of this version of the game. A lot of people felt that the differences between FS19 and 17 up to 19 were not very significant, and there was a lot of disappointment with it. How do you feel about what you've seen so far? What do you want to see? What features would you like to see in the new game that you don't see at the moment? They have stated that there will be new crops, new machinery. The John Deere, I think they said the John Deere 9R is definitely going to be in the new games. This big articulated John Deere tractor. So John Deere, we know, is going to be back again. That one is coming back. That's definitely confirmed. Beyond that, I don't really know. It said new machinery and new crops. So I don't know what new crops there'll be. We haven't heard that yet. We know that there's something new. It didn't say new animals, so I think we can safely assume that there are no new livestock, and we will just have a repeat of the livestock that we've got at the moment, because I'm pretty certain, I mean, it's no guarantee, but I'm pretty certain that if they did have new livestock lined up, they would have been talking about that one right from the get-go. They did in FS19 when they added horses into it. That was like one of the big sort of pulls to the game that they were advertising about, and yes, a lot of people were a bit disappointed with the horses, because once you've ridden them around a couple times, it seemed a bit of a letdown, to be honest. I don't know many people that use horses very much, other than maybe have just a horse there just for something to do with, but most people I know don't generally do anything with the horses. They just kind of ignore them. So the horses did feel a bit of a letdown. Personally, I'm hoping that the sugarcane gets a little bit of love, because the sugarcane in FS19, I was quite disappointed. As you know, any of you who watch the time-lapse series know, I do quite a bit of sugarcane in the time-lapse series. I haven't really done it anywhere else, but it really felt that they didn't do anything to the sugarcane. They just quickly converted the machines, and then they dropped it, and they didn't do anything to it. The hired help acts really weird with the sugarcane because it's got two separate cutting bits on it. It's got the tops get cut off by the machine, and then the bottom bits get cut off, and the hired help leaves lots of bits behind. It gets confused. It doesn't do the job properly. So I'm really, really hoping they've tidied that bit up. I will be quite looking forward to seeing what they've done with that, because I actually quite like the sugarcane. So I'm also really, really hoping that they haven't just decided to remove sugarcane from the game, although I can't see that happening, personally. I can't see them doing that. I do know that the Erlengrat map, this one right here that we're using, they have stated that this one is it's going to get a bit of polish put onto it, and then it's going to be used in the new version of the game. So this will be one of the first maps that we will get, and we'll be able to do stuff with. So I don't know yet how I'm going to be doing my Let's Plays once the new game drops, because obviously I need to do Let's Plays, and I need to do my time-lapse series as well, and once the new game comes out, as I did with the last one, I'll switch everything over. So at least that's the plan at the moment. I will be aiming to play, do something with the time-lapse and do something with the new one, and I reckon we'll probably get 2 maps. So we get this one, we'll get some polish and be updated, and then we will get a new map. Now, they've done this, like, FS19, when that one came out, we had 2 brand new maps for that one. We had Felsbrunn, and we had, is it Ravenport? Ravencrest? Ravenport, I think. Yeah, Ravenport. We had 2 new maps. 2 brand new maps came out. When FS17 came out, we had Goldcrest Valley, but we didn't have another new map, did we? We had not Erlengrat, sorry. We had Estancia Lapacho was basically reworked, because that one was released. Was it FS17? Now I'm just confused. We had Estancia Lapacho was released. I think that was FS15. No, was that FS15? I think that was out in FS. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I just remember Goldcrest Valley coming out for FS17. And then this one came out. We had 2 brand new maps. So I don't think we had 2 brand new maps in FS17, did we? I don't think there were 2 available. I think we only had 1 new map, and then we had another one. And I think that was a reworked one, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm just confusing myself now. So just ignore me. We know that we're getting this one. I suspect that there will be one other map to start with, which will be a brand new map, and we'll be able to sort of take a look at that one. So I could kind of like do a hardcore series on one, and just a regular Let's Play on the other, and then I've got the time-lapse series to do as well, which is a little bit more difficult. I either do it on this one or the other one. So essentially I've got 2 series running on 1 map until we get another new map released by a modder, unless we get 3 maps. If we get 3 maps, then everything is sweet as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I could just do 2 maps in normal Let's Plays. We do a hardcore series on the map, and we do a regular Let's Play on the map, and we do it 2 different styles so that we get to see different machinery working on the same, and then the other one can be reserved for the time-lapse or something like that. I don't know. I have got no idea. I haven't really thought it through. I'll worry about that a little bit closer to the date when we got some more information about what's going to be happening. If there is an updated engine for the game, you realize, of course, that that means that it could be a bit more difficult for modders to start doing the modding, to like convert things from one to the other. So I don't really know how that is going to work out. This dude is ticking along very nicely. He's done a decent bit of work here. Let's go and have a look at the contracts and go for new contracts like that. Nothing new at the moment. We've just got this spraying contract up here. I'm going to wait until I can have a tractor available to go and do it. But what I am going to go and do right now, though, is I'm going to take this one. And it's still running. So I'm going to just off-hitch the silage wagon, forage wagon right there a minute. And I am just going to drive up over the silage pit. But what I was going to go and do was go and get something to help us start squashing down this silage properly so that we can fit more in here. It's going to get more and more of a challenge. I've got a big mess out the front over here from where I've been driving on, and it's just kind of getting spread. It actually seems to be getting spread through the walls, which is not very good. It's not really what we want. This is levelers right here. I've got the little ones there, and we've got the slightly bigger ones over here. I've got a silage roller right there. Levelers used to move chaff and silage and level the heaps. That's a 3-meter one. That one is the inget. I've never used this one. It's 4.8 meters wide. I'm going to go with that one right there. It is 7.5 grand. These two big box ones I've used several times, and that little one over there, I've not used that either, but that seems similar to these in that it sort of works like a blade. This one seems like a roller, so I'm thinking it doesn't move it around so much as just kind of squash it down flat where it is. I'm thinking that we go for that one, although the box ones where you can sort of pick stuff up and move it around might help to tidy this up. I still kind of want the roller one, purely because I've never really used it before. So we're going to go and get that one, 7,500. I mean, maybe we could get two. Maybe we could have a roller type and a blade type. We'll worry about that in a bit. We won't deal with that just yet. I am still going to need to get the milling machine and trailers to be able to carry this stuff to the sale point once we've done with all of this. So we've got to make sure we've got enough money for all of that as well. So I'm going to go into levelers. I'm going to buy that one for 7,500. Yes, okay, we just have to hope that I can actually fit that one in our silo, because if I can't, it's going to be a little bit awkward. This is a very big machine. This does seem quite big and cumbersome. Yeah, this seems very big and cumbersome. I'm glad we got that front weight on, because quite frankly, we need to look at it. Look at this. Look. That that is definitely too much weight for this tractor. Look at it. Oh dear. We're gonna struggle with this. I think we may end up having to just bring this one back and get the little blade instead. Can we get around this roundabout? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Bring it on round. Nice and steady. Slowly does it. And whip off the sign as we go through. Said something about the train being available. Am I going to meet that train in a second? I really don't like the way that... Oh, there's the train up there. The barriers don't come down until like the very last minute whenever they're working, and I've never liked that. I don't like it's especially awkward in the Estancia Lapacho series for me, because the train goes whizzing up along when I'm trying to take my road trains up and down the road, and it just makes life difficult. Now, are you even going to fit? Are you even going to fit? I have my doubts. So I'll lower you down like that. And you're spreading right out across everything. But if I put this up, we're compacting 29% right now. Compaction 30% there. So one trip all the way across. it sort of works. It doesn't seem to be spreading it out as much as I was hoping, but it is spreading it a bit. The worst bit is it's spreading it right out at the bottom down here, so I think we're going to end up losing a bit of silage down there. I think we'd have been better off if we'd gone for a slightly bigger silo, but beggars can't be choosers, and this is all we could afford. So we're going to have to stick with this. It doesn't seem to want to level out the big heaps very much. Like, where I'm driving up and down, it doesn't actually seem to be leveling out to the side of that. It's just where my tyres are going that's doing most of the actual leveling work. This one, it doesn't seem to be smoothing it much. So I'm going to try and keep my smoothing operations towards the middle, but you can see there, we got these big lumps. And unless I can get my wheels driving on those lumps, it's not going to do it. I need to start braking before I get too close to the edge of the pit there. But those bits on the side, it's really bugging me that this roll is a big, fat, heavy roller, and it just doesn't seem to actually be rolling it down. Conversely, though, it is squashing it. You know, we are actually getting compaction on here. But the chaff fill level, every time I creep back to the other end of the pit, is slightly creeping down because I keep rolling it out the end of the pit. Which is not very helpful for us. We don't want that. I should stop now, but if I go back a little bit further, there, see, I'm losing a whole load, so I'm pushing it outside. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick that up using the forage wagon either. I will try that in a minute. So I'm just going to keep rolling backwards and forwards for a second until we get to above 50%, and then I'll stop again. I can get through now with the forage wagon, which is good. So if I just pick that one up a second and then fold it like that. All I want to be able to do, just 1 second here, is level down that spiky bit. See that pointy bit right there? Now, having this extra weight on us does actually seem to help. That does seem to be a bit of a benefit. So, still a bit of a struggle to get through it here. And there we go. Right. That's looking a little bit better. So now if I'll unfold it once more and just do one last little bit of backwards and forwarding. Just bring that back to about there and lower you down. And then we'll drag it all the way up through. And once I've done that, I'm going to come just down here like this. I wonder if I can use it while it's folded up. But let me do that. Lower it down like that. Maybe that would be the better option. Do it like this. It seems to work. Get us a little bit closer to the edge as well, so that we can just sort of help squash down some of these pointy bits. And that has taken up... Right, we've got 56% on this one now, so I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to change back over to the forage wagon, and I'm going to continue on picking up the stuff on the ground. I'll bring you back over here. So that roller does actually seem to be pretty useful. I know that I've got a whole load of chaff around the other edge of the... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.